Oh, right, cat? Totally. Sparkling diamond. When I say I love you. Yep, Kenny. Tom Jones. How good is this guy? I who have nothing. Give me some thumbs up for this music, you guys. Who woke up thinking they were going to listen to Tom Jones? Come on now. I love you. I love you. That's Pops right there to all of y'all. Look at that orchestra. That was good stuff right there. Okay. Well, I wonder what Carlotta has to say. You guys are a funny group. What a funny. We all care about Carlotta so much. If Carlotta doesn't like it, then we're in trouble. Okay, so you guys ready for another one? Give me. Is it okay to play one more song this morning? Okay, it's not quite as dramatic. It isn't Tom Jones on his knees. I love you. Calm down, Pops. Here we go. Not quite as dramatic. Come on. Tom Jones was good this morning. Well, Engelbert Humperdinck tomorrow. No, Eric Engelbert Humperdinck tomorrow. That's it, Penny. You spelled it correct, too. I don't know about the CK. Is that correct? Okay. You guys don't even know what song this is yet. See, won't you breathe on? Well, who might keep you down? You feel it. Blind Melon. I've heard of them. Hey, give me some thumbs up on the music this morning. Thumbs up, Susan. Matt Leonard, reach out to Sandman and Carlotta about travel arrangements. They'll work with you on that since they're in the area. Carlotta, we already played your song this morning. Go. Hey, we're doing good on the thumbs up. Much as you gleam, you'll know. You will know. Visions to myself. It was lovely. You want to wrap around your dreams, and have you any dreams you lie yourself? Brings a loneliness and a heartbeat guides me back. In the stillness of remembering what you had, you want you love. Ooh, ah, ah, love happens when it's raining, 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 raining. Love you and play. There, there, go, whoa, whoa, whoa. You clean, no, Greenie, I'm singing too. That's what I do. It only happens when it's raining. Play. Never go. Man, the rain won't chase you, please. No. Oh, but you know. Nice. Thank you, Losty. Okay, so I guess it's time for background music. Give me, give me 5 people that say put on the regular background music, the theme music for the tea with pops. You want the regular music today. If you want a different background music, say so. But I think we go regular. What do you guys say? I'm getting ready to push some buttons for the background music. Go regular theme music. Okay, as the veil breaks, those are the tubs of our lives, MVP. Okay, regs, we just go with the regular music. I kind of agree with you guys. We have to start it out the right way too, right? So here we go. I'm going to show you guys exactly where to find it so you can play the background music at your own place. All right, so here's what I do. I look up soft background music, right? And then I scroll forward to this one right here. I think it's this one that starts out 3. Right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh? That's it. That's the one, nerdy. Listen to how good that is. I agree, MVP. Whenever I hear this music, it makes me feel like, oh, we're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good day. Even if we have something grow on the end of our nose, it could still be a good day. Ignore the end of the nose. It's still going to be wonderful. I looked, what the end of the nose? Your nose has been in too many tubs, Pops. You need to get out in the sun. You're turning into a ghost. Stop growing so many ghosts. You're turning into a ghost. Is that a thing? Is that a thing where you can actually turn into a ghost because you've been doing too many ghosts, or making too many ghosts? I love this music. It does remind me of us. We're going to hang out in the morning. Too many tubs. Who's that? Is Renea here this morning? Pops the friendly ghost. Is Renea here this morning? Renea Abbey. Is Renea here? What? You are what you eat, Katie Cat says. Is Renea here? Has anybody seen Renea? If somebody sees Renea, tell her Pops is looking for her. There she is. Okay, I see her. Renea, will you do the first giveaway today, please? Renea's going to do a giveaway. She didn't know it, but she did. She gave it away yesterday. You guys didn't know it. Yesterday, Renea won this package, and she writes to me, and you know you guys are supposed to write your address. You guys have been doing a great job of that. And the next thing you know, Renea sends me a message saying, Pops, would you please give that away? She wants 10 minutes to do it. You got it, Renea. So in 10 minutes, Renea's going to do a giveaway. She said, Pops, would you please give this away to somebody else? I already have one coming. I thought, you do? I go, you sure do. Yesterday kind of was a bummer. Yesterday was a bummer. Full confession. I found a package, a tub. It's hilarious when I take my stuff to the mail. I use tubs, so they always see the guy coming in, and he's got these plastic bins with holes in them. And I'm sure people are wondering, what the heck's why? What does that guy put holes in his bins? Anyways, I had a plastic bin with some 15 felonies in it. I'm starting to call, every time I send one of these out, I just call it a felony. So I start remembering to myself when I'm driving, oh, you got 15 felonies in the car with you right now. Take it easy, pal, right? So I had accidentally forgot a box of these in the car over the weekend. There's about 15 packages sitting in that box I thought I had taken to the post office, but I forgot. So I'm going to run around yesterday and do it. Okay, I had 15 felonies in one tub, Kim. Why do I say that out loud? I guess I'm brave. I guess I'm doing it for the right reasons. Anyways, here we are. I'm going to deliver them yesterday, right? I'm going to drive them. I'm going to drop them off to the post office yesterday. I go to the first post office, which is the closest one, and the doors are closed, but there's no sign. There's no sign on the door. I'm like, how come this place, there's about 3 or 4 people standing in front with a letter or a package or something that they want to drop off. And I got my tub with holes in it, full of felonies. And I'm going to stand in line. I'm like, why is this place closed? And all of them, none of the people in front of me in the line knew. Nerdy already's got it. So I'm like, okay, shuffle back to the car, get it. I'm going to drive in the opposite direction, go drop them off at the other post office. I drive up in front of the other post office, and it says, we're closed today for Columbus Day. At least they put a sign on their door. The other one didn't even put a sign on their door, nor did I look it up on my calendar on my phone, nor did anybody standing in line in front of me remember, nor yesterday, all day yesterday, did I hear anywhere about Columbus Day. Now I'm complaining. I don't like Columbus. I don't like Columbus. It's weird, too, because when I was a kid, I've always been in history. Always. Read, since I was this big. One of the guys I thought was the coolest guy in history was Christopher Columbus. Cristobal Colon. Oh, I thought he was the coolest guy ever. Because we had the same first name. Oh, I must be cool. I almost discovered the earth. I almost found out that we didn't fall off the edge. I grew up identifying with Christopher Columbus just because of a namesake-ish, even though I wasn't named for him. But that's my first name, Christopher. Totally different. His is Portuguese or something. Anyways, I don't like Christopher Columbus. About 15 years ago, I decided to start really. I'm not going to complain anymore about him. For a minute there yesterday, I'm going to defend him. If Brock and I are having a conversation, I go, well, he's just a man of his. What if we looked at him through the prism of time, understanding that he's just a man of his time? Brock goes, is that still an okay reason to wipe out a whole island of people? And of course, you do it in the name of religion and progress and manifest destiny crap. And then because men were writing the history, they told it the way they wanted to, and they couldn't even clean up his story very well. I'm glad we forgot about Columbus Day. I wish the post office would too. Give me 5 people. This isn't politics today. We don't do politics here very much, but we do call a spade, a shovel a shovel. All right. We don't talk about that here, how to get mushroom spores, but you can reach out to people here at fungi2u. .pops@gmail.com, and we'll get you some information. It's okay, I know you don't know, but we are available for information, but reach out to some of these sites. A real good person to reach. Okay, Renee, one moment. A good person to reach out to here, too, is Sandman right now. Pops is all down for the next 2 weeks, officially. November 1st, I'll pop back open. I've taken the month off. Not really. Reorganizing, resetting. And instead of pushing myself, I kept, it'll be up next Wednesday, next Thursday, Friday. Stop stressing out, Pops, do everything right. Opening bell will be November 1st. You guys will see a lot of good fun stuff November 1st. Until then, I suggest you guys talk to Sandman. One of the reasons I like it if you do talk to Sandman is because I've noticed he's a lot like Pops. He's given as much back as any man I've ever seen, if not more. I know for a fact that a percentage of anything that they're currently able to help people with goes towards Mushfest. I'll be right with you, Renee. Give me one more moment. It goes towards a fund at Mushfest. There are people going to Mushfest that can't completely afford a little bit of what's going on. It's not stopping Sandman and Carlotta from getting you guys there. Is there a gentleman here? I'll get right with you, Renee. Is there a gentleman here by the name of, give me 1 second. Braden M. Braden M. Braden M, if you're here right now, pop up and say hello. Braden M. If you don't mind, tell me if Braden M are here. Tuzo, everyone is awesome. That's the coolest thing. It is so unique. People are still kind of freaked out by it. Like, where did this group of people come from that don't get upset with each other very much, like hanging around, and actually support each other's growth and hobbies? Where do they come from? It's pretty amazing. Is Braden Masterson here? Braden. Maybe not. Yesterday, good morning, Eric. Have a good day. Yesterday, Braden Masterson, I will open up my Cash App. And there's $25 sitting in my Cash App. Usually, if something's in my Cash App, it means somebody's sent me some money and I'm going to send them something. I'm like, I don't recognize this order, quote unquote. I go over and I read the comment to the donation. Excuse me, the comment. It's $25. Boop, $25. That's not a small amount of money. That's 2 pizzas. It's for donation for festival. Love ya, Pops. $25 from Braden Masterson. Thank you, Braden. Sandy, I'll get this sent over to you so you can put it in the big pile. Okay? It'll go a long ways. Braden Masterson. Thank you. I hope you see this. Renee, we're ready for you. Sandy, I'll get that sent over to the donation pile. Sandy's in charge of the donation pile. Anybody wants to send Pop something because it's easy to do, boop, send me a $5 bill. I'm sending it to the donation pile. Okay? That's just that many less tortillas that Sandman's going to pay for out of his own pocket. Because I guarantee you, when you host a party like this, you spend more money, and anybody at the party has one sense of understanding. You guys have hosted these kind of parties, not for 50 people in the middle of Tennessee, but you've done it before. Okay? Are you guys ready? Renee is going to do a contest. Go anytime you want, Renee. Food prices are up 15 to 20% now, too. Renee, this state tops all other states in egg production, turning out 4.8 billion per year as of 2015. Renee is going to read her comments on your screen, Renee, not mine. She's going to read them as they tag and lag up onto her screen. And when she sees the first correct answer, she's going to tell us, and that person's going to win her prize from yesterday. Renee, that's fun. What a neat question, too, about eggs. I like that. Renee is going to be sending you a Pops 10-pack and freeze-dried penis envy. That's quite a gift. 2 grams or more of freeze-dried penis envy. Very, very kind of you, Renee. Since it's not Columbus Day today, we'll try to mail this out today, too. Renee will tell us who won because it's going to come up on her screen. Everybody's screen's different here. You guys know that. So many of you learned to be patient, not upset, even though you answered first, but your thing didn't come up. So, Renee, have you seen the answer yet? When Renee sees the answer, she's just going to tell Pops, this is who won. This is who you should be expecting an address from. It sounds like Disc and Fish might have been the winner. Disky. Congratulations to Disky. I'm seeing other people say Disky won. Disky's no silly rabbit, I can tell you that. Disc. Iowa. Renee says the answer was Iowa, and the Disc and Fish won. Congratulations, that was fun. Renee, was that fun? Tell the truth. We have to do more. I have to get more people involved instead of everybody just sitting there and listening to Pops palaver. I have one more palaver and then I'm going to move on. I promise I don't like talking about politics. I promise. My grandmother taught me. We called her Dapu. Dapu. And Dapu, there's 2 things you don't talk about, especially in like at a party or something. Religion and politics. So I end up talking about them both. But this isn't going to be about politics. This is going to be about servants that have no shame. Man, when you're sitting in front of a group of people, especially if you've counted on them, you've asked them, please elect me to lead you. And I'm going to lead you from the front and in the most honorable way I can. And then behind your back and at private meetings, I talk about people that are on the board with me, and I call their children changuitos. That Nuri Martinez lady in Los Angeles, if you've watched the news at all, what's up with us? Where did we go wrong? How could we have people that feel that way slip in and become the deal? It's pretty awful, Joel. I'm not passing judgment on the lady. I don't know her. Anything I would say about her is gossip. So please understand when I'm talking about it. Gosh, our words are so powerful. Our words, and they come from a wellspring of somewhere. Gosh. Man, if you're in a position of any kind of leadership or representation, you should be spending the whole time apologizing for yourself. Hey, you know what else, you guys? And I'm really sorry I'm like this too. And guess what else I am? Oh, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. My farts even stink. They do. And I can smell them myself. Oh. You should spend more, if you're a servant, aren't you supposed to be the guy washing feet? I want to be the head servant. Elect me the head servant so I can walk on your feet. We missed the boat somewhere. So irresponsible. The idea of a servant, of a minister, of a representative, of a senator, anybody like that. The idea of that person is supposed to be serving, giving I'm paying you to serve this group. You begged for the job. I didn't force you. You weren't, you got to go do this job whether you like it or not. So, I guess I got political today. Columbus, I don't like you. People in any area of servantness serve silently, kindly. I just heard about her situation over the weekend, and I thought to myself when I read the comments, I actually heard them, that this lady made. Nuri Martinez, look it up if you want to on a YouTube something. I'm sure it's there. Look it up, not to gossip. Look it up to learn how not to behave. That's one of the reasons I ask you how to watch Tea with Pops. So you learn how not to behave. I spent a little bit of time flexing. This is how you can behave, but I'm stepping away from some of that too. I'd rather be the clown with the thing on the end of his nose right there than standing here telling you that your children are little monkeys and they should be slapped on the side of their head and that they're accessories. When I was hearing those kind of comments, I was like, how is this lady ever going to survive politically? I find out, oh, she resigned. I guess that's all she has to do now. That's it, just resign. Sweep that one under the rug. Who's the next servant? Rug sweepers? There was a guy, kind of a righteous guy. Jesus Christ over there in Australia seems to know him. He ran through a temple with a bullwhip and cleaned it up. Something tells me we could use one of those. Just like my lab had to be cleaned up. Just like the grow house had to be bullwhipped into a cleanup. We have 2 more giveaways today we're going to give away at the end of today. Because I still want to keep preaching today. I'm like preacher boy. But before I preach, wouldn't it be a neat idea if we talked about some mycology? We have people like, well, I'm not going to mention him. We keep teasing him. I don't see him here today, so maybe he wasn't super happy with how much mycology we teach. But I think we teach a lot. We're going to, this morning, if you guys have children in the room, you might want to uncover their ears. Even though we're going to be talking about mushroom sex, it's not pornographic. It's natural. We're naturalists. We like to get in touch with nature. But we're going to talk about mushroom sex. That's when I was starting to read this. I go, this is sexy. Yeah. This is like, whoa. What are we talking about here? Sexually reproductive structures, asexual forms. I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I'll only read this section here. It's kind of sexy. Shroom sex. I'll only read this section here if 10 people say, Pops, please read the section. We'd love to hear it. Will this offend you? It's kind of, you want sexier music. Nope, I'm not changing the music. Rainy's all over the music this morning. Well, Lark says I'm already misty. You feeling a little misty, are you? Read it. I'd love to hear it. Please read it. Yes, read. Okay, I think I got some of you paying attention. That's all I care about. Green, boom, chicka, wow. Here we go. Mushroom sex. With a staggeringly wide range of mating habits. Mating habits? Are we already talking about sex here? Aha, I have attention. With a staggeringly wide range of mating habits, fungi are by far the most sexually diverse of all organisms. Yes, I knew there was something really cool about fungi. Fungi are the most sexually diverse of all organisms. You guys want me to go on? You want me to tell you more about the sexual diversity of mushrooms and fungi? You know you do. Many species deviate significantly from the generic life cycles described above. We talked about that 13 yesterday. Others have, wait for it. Uh-oh. Others have multiple reproductive organs. Is that sexy? Others have multiple reproductive organs, as noted with ascomycetes. Some form both a sexually reproductive structure, known as a telomorph, as well as an asexual form, known as an anamorph. To further complicate the issue, the same species can have two different names depending on which of these states it's in. This dual naming practice was common in mycology until 2013, when the one fungus, one name rule was set in place. Some species still retain the dual name nature, which is a common point of confusion for budding mycologists. The greatest research into, wait for it, fungal sex. The greatest research into fungal sex has been conducted with mushroom-forming basidiomycetes. For these fungi, the two primary mycelial networks that fuse to become a mushroom must be genetically compatible. This is pretty cool. How do they do that? I've never seen one in, the sex organs, anything. How are they lacking sexual organs? This compatibility is not determined by physical features of the hyphae. Rather, they're not physically having sex in the sense of boop, 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 boop. They're having chemical sex. Chemical reproduction. Listen. Lacking sexual organs, this compatibility is not determined by physical features of the hyphae. Rather, it is through the exchange of chemical signals or micropheromones that a primary mycelial network is able to locate another network that is of the same species, but with DNA that is sufficiently dissimilar to avoid the negative effects of inbreeding. You have a mycelial network sitting in the substrate somewhere. Usually at this point, the substrate is still the liquid culture medium or even some grain, okay? And it's sending out a chemical signal to another mycelial network somewhere in the neighborhood that's saying, hey, bro, hey, chickie dude, hey, over there. Is your DNA just slightly dissimilar to mine? Yeah, it sure is. Can I come on by for a drink? For most eukaryotes, the DNA inside of every nucleus is not grouped in one cohesive mass, but it's distributed between many chromosomes of various size. Each chromosome can further be defined as an assemblage of many short DNA segments known as genes, which also vary in size. In the basidiomycetes, there are two genes that determine mating, each of which is located on separate chromosomes as known as positions locus A and locus B. Is this sexy? Give me 5 people go, Pops, this is as sexy as can be. You're killing me. Let's go for a drink. In order for the two hyphae to mate, what do we do? I want them to mate. I don't know about you guys. I'm in the background going, go for it. I'm the guy at the bar that's like, I love when I see two people hook up. I'm like, oh yeah, go for it, bro. Yeah, chick, yeah, go have a great time. I'm that guy. Okay? I'm that guy. That's how I feel about this mushroom situation. Jerry's like, Pops, you're making me blush. Give him some privacy. I'm a voyeur. I'm always looking in the tub. Hey, what's going on in there? Phantom. Ooh, it's getting hot in there, right? Okay, I need a smoke after this chat. Damn, you guys are funny. I'm making it. This is fun. In order for two hyphae to mate, The gene sequence at each of these loci, locus A and locus B, must be different. Most species have at least two possible sequence options or alleles for each locus, though some have many more. To create a genetic variation in each spore, these alleles get shuffled around during the meiosis that occurs in the basidia just before spore development. Spores that have a large array of allele diversity have a greater ability to mate with other spores, effectively increasing the adaptive capacity of the fungus by providing a spore with more options wherever it lands. The split gill fungus has more than 300 alleles at locus A and 90 at locus B, a diversity that provides for up to 23,328 different combinations of A and B alleles, or over 23,000 different mating types. I could have 23,000 mates right now if I'm a healthy spore. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to do this 23,000 times. Boop, 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 boop. Each of these spores is compatible with over 98% of the other split gill, primarily because of this vast combination of alleles. A breeding capacity that underlies the global distribution of mushrooms. Spores are so, basically, here's what I'm hearing. I got to break it down for you guys. Spores are so horny, they're populating the world. During the genetic rearrangement that occurs during spore development, the sexual alleles are not the only genes that change. Similar to how genetics get rearranged in the development of each animal sperm, each sexually produced spore is a unique expression of its parent mushroom, and also quite different than the majority of its siblings. This creation of genetic diversity, whether in fungi, animals, or other organisms, is what enables evolution to occur. And for related humans to look and act differently. However, in fungi, the potential for rapid adaptation is vastly increased due to the high number of spores that each fruity body produces. In essence, by producing millions or billions of spores, sexual fungi provide themselves with an incredibly resilient means for surviving in any new environment or substrate. This is one of the reasons why fungi have been able to spread so successfully across the world's various habitats. We'll stop there for today. That's today's birds, bees, and the spores lesson. Wow. Sometimes, right? Isn't this... let me be honest with you guys. Should I just read it straight out of there, or should I put in all this crazy pop sexy stuff? Should I be more scientific? That's radical mycology. We're on page 13 and 14. I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating. I can't read it straight. I could if you guys tell me to. Pops, just read it. We could probably get through 3 or 4 more pages if you wouldn't put in all your poopy stuff. Huh? But I feel like you have to poop it up just a little bit. Maybe a little more wah-wah. Okay, I'll hit the old wah-wah. Today was sexy. Um, I'll tell you what. I'm sort of in agreement with you guys. I'm sort of in agreement. After all that, I need a cigarette. I don't know about you guys, but I could use a cigarette after today's lesson. Whew. Okay. Definitely use a cigarette after that one. Okay? Wow. Get out of here. Let's go be impeccable now. Okay? Left-handed cigarette. Carlotta, hit the sexy button. If there was a sexy button, we'd have hit it for you a long time ago. Okay? Yesterday we were talking about fat heads. Flabby, fat brains. Flabby, covered with layers of fat till it becomes too dull and lazy to think, to observe, to explore, to discover. Do you guys remember any of that? Badgie, I could use some of your hash. You got the best hash in town. And then we talked about layers. We're going to talk about this. We got about 10 minutes worth of reading here. We'll do our final 2 giveaways for today. I almost feel like, how do you go from sexy shrooms to fat heads? How do you do it? By recognizing the layers. The first layer they said in here was every belief. Where's in here? The Way to Love by Anthony DeMello. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic book. I've been reading a lot out of this to you guys. I just love it. The first layer we mentioned yesterday. Every belief that you hold, every conclusion that you reached about persons and things. Remember my neighbor? Actually, that'll be next one. In the formative years, you were programmed by your society and your culture. They put layers on your mind in the first place. The second layer was our ideas. If we hold on to an idea about someone, then you no longer love that person, but you love the idea of that person. You see him or her as the label you put on them. I never saw my neighbor as a work in progress. I just saw him as the guy that I didn't appreciate how he handled an afternoon out. And I labeled him, and then I forgot about him and shoved him into a corner of the world, an unkind corner. He wasn't even experiencing as much of the unkindness as I was sending. Drive down there. Look at that guy out there weeding his yard. I should send you guys a picture. He has the most beautiful yard in the whole neighborhood. He takes care of everything, all of his stuff. Oh, the only reason he's out there doing that is because of... Rethink. Just rip the labels off. What a bad, bad thing that I did. I continue to do. There was a waitress at a diner I went to the other day. She was cranky. Cranky. I'm looking around going, it can't be because the place is really busy, because there was only one person in the place, me. She was super cranky. So I label her as the cranky waitress in my head. I go, I wonder if I could do something to make her not cranky. Do I have any energy that could send it out and you could just see this person change their crankiness? Couple of nice comments, couple of thank yous, maybe even a compliment. By the time we left, please come back. I started out that first interaction with the person like, she's going to be cranky. I could just sit here and just eat my waffles, or I can find out if I've labeled somebody wrong. We were getting ready to talk about our third layer that makes our brain fat. Are enough people listening? Give me 5 people to say, okay, Pops, that was layer 1 and layer 2. Beliefs and ideas. What's our third layer? It's good, neat nerd. That's a good thing. It isn't as much as it's your mission to make them as it's your mission to spread. We don't know where the spores are going to land, and we don't know if they're going to even, bring a harvest. We're supposed to just continue to shoot the spores of kindness. The third layer are our habits. This one takes introspection, impeccable introspection. What are your real habits? I have another thing. Don't you have an extra 15 minutes you squander every day somewhere? Squanderer. Literally squander. Oops, I gotta stop. You know what my squander is? I'm not even getting into the habit thing yet. I'm gonna confess a squander. I know we do even more than that, Overjoyed, but I'm gonna confess a squander. We all do. It's bad. You know what my squander is? You guys aren't gonna believe it. You're gonna like, really, Pops? You? Yeah, me. I squander. I don't know if I should tell you guys. I think 1 or 2 of you have heard this. Maybe if you visit, you see it on my TV once in a while. I squander 15 to 20 minutes a day. Squander isn't, that's not basking in goodness for myself. That's just absolute waste of time. Squander. 90 Day Fiancé. I freaking watch 90 Day Fiancé. I don't watch it all the time completely. You don't have to. You can watch 20 minutes and you'll catch up on a whole hour's show, or the last 2 weeks worth in about 90 minutes. 90 Day Fiancé. Or The Single Life afterwards, that little Ed guy with the no neck. With the no neck guy. I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm not gossiping, I promise. There's a couple of characters on there. Like, these people, what's the lady? Angela. She's over in Africa tearing this man's car apart. Shredding. I mean, whoa. There's a lot of drama goes on. Well, imagine the energy in that airplane the whole time she's flying over to Nigeria, and she's gonna go get Michael. Joe, you would never guess. I squander my time on 90 Day Fiancé. Freedom of choice. I can't gossip about him because I don't know him, but he kind of freaks me out. Just his body shape freaks me out. Okay, because at first you think, oh, kind of a handsome fella. Like, whoa, you're kind of you're different. Give me 5 people that have that's a guilty pleasure. It's a waste of my time. I could be spending that exact same time like growing something, if not myself. Squandering, a lot of people squander on video games, right, nerdy? Okay, here we go. Third layer. I'll stop. That felt good. Confession's so good for your soul. It's so good. Oh, I feel so much better now that I got that off my chest. I might not even have to watch it later. No, I do. I have to find out what Big Ed's up to. No, I do. Either that or Angela's still flying into Nigeria and I'm worried about her. Yeah. Or the girl coming over from Brazil. I gotta make sure she lands safely. Yeah. Why that show? It used to be Gold Rush. What was it? Gold Rush with Parker. Then I got tired of Parker. He's mean. He's like a billionaire. And he's mean to everybody, and he's still making billions. I'm like, stop being so mean, okay? Give some of your money away. I never seen Parker give any money away. He just wants more. Drew's, all right, quick one for you guys. This is a quick one. If Pops had a Netflix show, this is all for my ego. I got to be honest. Self-aggrandizement. So I'm putting it out there up front. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. If Pops had a Netflix show, would you watch? We'd have a few. I could tell you some characters on the show. I've already written half the show in my mind. Okay? Come on, Netflix. Come and find us. Okay? And the real reason, I tell everybody the real reason isn't for my ego. It's not because I want to be a beast. I just want to spread spores. I have to watch myself. What's your real reason, Pops? Okay? What's the real reason? Are you just feeding your ego, or are you feeding more shrooms to the world? Third layer of our fat brain. A habit is essential to human living. How would we ever walk or speak or drive a car unless we relied on a habit? But habits must be limited to things mechanical, not to love and not to sight. Who wants to be loved from habit? That's a good one. That's like robot love, right? I love you because I'm supposed to. I love you, I'm a robot, I'm programmed to. Turn that thing off. Turn that, literally that thing would be fun for about 3 minutes. Can you imagine a robot going around your house all day? I love you, I love you. The carpet sweeper every 3 minutes looking at you, go, I love you. Turn that thing off. Who wants to be loved from habit? Have you ever sat on a seashore spellbound by the majesty and mystery of the ocean? Are you loving people by habit? Do you say it every day by habit, but ooh, how much are you putting into it? Well, I love you. Hang up. Yep, love you, honey. Gee. A fisherman looks at the ocean daily and does not notice its grandeur. You will. You'll sit there at the edge of the ocean. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is the most awe-inspiring. What a lovely sight. The fisherman's not thinking the same thing. Why? It's the dulling effect of a layer of fat called a habit. You have formed fixed ideas of all the things you see, and when you encounter them, it is not them you see in all their changing freshness, but the same dull, thick, boring idea acquired through habit. And that's how you deal with people and with things, how you relate to them. No freshness, no newness, but the same dull routine that brought you habit. You're incapable of looking in other, more creative ways for having developed a habit to deal with the world and with people. You put your mind on an automatic pilot and go to sleep. The fourth layer is your attachment and your fears. This is the easiest layer to see. Put a thick coating on attachment of fear. Put a thick coating on anything or anyone. Put a coating of attachment on them. Or what did I do a year and a half ago? I put a coating of loathing on my neighbor Joe. I put a coating of loathing on him. Paint him up with it. I loathe that. And then react with loath every time I see it. I did that. I painted it myself. Imagine getting out a paintbrush. Which choice? What can I choose to paint somebody with? Today, I'm going to pick loathe. And I'm going to loathe this guy. Just recall some of the persons you dislike or fear, and you'll see how true this is. Do you see now how you are in a prison created by your beliefs and the traditions of your society and your culture? And by your ideas and your prejudices and your attachments and your fears and your experiences? Wall upon wall surrounds your prison cell so that it seems almost impossible that you'll ever break out and that you'll make contact with the richness of life and love and freedom that lies beyond our prison fortress. And yet the task is far from being impossible. It's actually easy. It's actually delightful. This escape the prison task. Gosh, it must be impossible to escape. It's going to be impossible to ever stop thinking of Joe with loathe. What can you do to break out? We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about breaking out of prison tomorrow. Fathead prison. We have 4 or 5 layers that we're going to break out from. I'm going to go back over it real quick. Every belief that you hold and every conclusion you've reached about persons and things is one of your big fat layers. Another big fat layer, page 63, is your ideas. That you hold on to ideas about people, you label them. And then you love the label because you gave it to them, you must be right. After all, you know everything. The 3rd layer is your habits. Your 4th layer is how are you painting attachments and fears? What are they? What are you applying to people? Tomorrow we'll talk about breaking out of that prison. This is beautiful. Our author says it's not very hard. I think he's right. Let's do 2 giveaways. What a good morning we've had. Thank you for being here, you sexy shroom people. Who am I? Who am I? I was the richest artist in history when I died. Thank you, Disky. Who am I? Richest artist in history when I died. I'm Dolly. Overjoyed's already won it. Overjoyed has killed the game. Picasso. She said Dolly, then she said Picasso right behind it before anyone else's thumb could hit the game. Picasso. Overjoyed will be sending you this gift. Hold on, please. I am considered by many to be the most influential artist of the 20th century. I didn't know this one. I was the prime suspect when Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911. They thought Picasso stole the Mona Lisa? That's a book I gotta read. More of my paintings have been stolen than any other artist. I co-founded the Cubism movement. I think anytime we say artist, Picasso is going to be one of the first 3 we say, right? So, good fast thumbs. I co-founded the Cubism movement. I was the richest artist in history when I died. I was denied French citizenship because I was a communist, even though I lived in France most of my life. Overjoyed, you have won a Pops 10-pack. A little bit over 2 grams of dehydrated hillbilly and an International Kindness Association sticker. So if you could please send me your address, overjoyed, at this address, this email, I'll send that out to you today, if I get it, since it's not Columbus Day. We have a bunch of stuff to drop off today, since it's Columbus Day yesterday. Messed us up. Let's do one more giveaway. You ready? Are we ready? There's a what am I? What am I? There's a reserve of me kept to prevent supply disruptions. Could be a lot of things. I'll be surprised if you get it on the first one this time. There's a reserve of me kept to prevent supply disruptions. We have gold and oil and cheese, and beaver butts and oil, and sherry. We're going to keep some sherry in reserve, and hydrogen and cheese, and gold and helium and cheese and gold and oil, and gas and strategic oil supply and seeds. That would be a good one. Cheese and potatoes. And Nerd Nature has already killed our game. Nerd Nature just got it. It's maple syrup, you guys. How did Nerdy know? Maple syrup we keep in supply, reserve supply. I'm $1 billion industry controlled by a government-backed cartel in Quebec. Maple syrup is $1 billion industry controlled by a government-backed cartel in Quebec. There's a reserve of me kept to prevent supply disruptions. I'm featured on the Vermont State Quarter. I'd start getting close on that one. I was originally produced by Native Americans. I cost $40 to $60 per gallon, and I am mostly consumed at breakfast. I agree with you. I think that's a very sticky situation. Syrup cartels are very sticky situations. Nerd Nature. Very, very smart answer. You didn't even need another clue. I'm sending you out a Pops 10-pack. And I'm also going to send you 2 grams plus of, this is freeze-dried penis envy. So Nerdy, if you could please give me your address at fungi2u.pops@gmail.com. I'll get that mailed out to you. Okay? Wow. I had no idea that there were cartels, maple syrup cartels in Canada. El Chapito, what do they call him? What's that guy's name? Chapito? What is his name? Seriously. The little Chapo? El Chapo? What is El Surapo? What's the guy's name? He's running a cartel in Canada, El Surapo. You got to look out for that guy. All right? You get around him, you might just get stuck. El Chapo, I think, yeah. Okay, so I say his name is El Surapo. Get out of here, you guys. Have a great day. Thank you for being here. We'll pick up some of that talk about fat brains tomorrow, and we'll keep talking more and more about mushrooms. Give me 5 people, real quick before I go. 5 people say, today was kind of sexy, Pops. Okay? Oh, today was sort of sexy on the shroom level. Okay? You guys, what do we think? And then we start talking about syrup and spores, and things get all kinds of sticky. Have a sexy day, you guys. Go have a sexy day. And with thin brains, not fat brains. Get out of here. I love you guys. We're supposed to have fun while we learn, right? Have a great day. Be kind to one another. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same mush time, same mush channel. Pops out.